Okay, so what is this? VMware. These are all my virtual machines. Okay, so I didn't take the class of Windows Server, but I created with your name. Okay, so here it is. If you see, these are all my virtual machines. This is contains Windows 10 with an application of DevOps related applications like GitHub, Jenkins, Docker, and also Eclipse, Visual Studio Code. Those applications are installed on this virtual machine. And also I choose there is a RAM like a 6 GB RAM, two processors, 160 GB hard disk, network adapters. So I manage that one. This is my one more virtual machine with the 160 GB RAM and 4 GB. Sorry, 4 GB RAM, 160 GB hard disk. Okay, with Windows Server 2019, I installed in this machine. Next, this is a Linux machine. So I install a Linux operating system in this machine. This is a CentOS 6. In this one, I installed CentOS 7. That too minimal. This is CentOS 6. This is a Proximox virtualization, one of the virtualization server. Okay. This is a 2003 server, old server, 2003 server. This is XP. This is 2012 server. Okay. So my system is Windows 10. My physical system is Windows 10. In a Windows 10, I can able to create and run multiple type of virtual machines, right? So I can create and run multiple or a different type of machines with a different operating systems. So in one machine we are running multiple pieces. In one single computer you are running multiple pieces. So this is my physical machine. This is my virtual machines with a different type of operating system in that one. So in my physical machine I have a Windows 10. Okay, in my virtual machines I have different type of operating system like Linux or maybe a Windows Server or maybe Windows 10. Okay, or maybe it can be Windows XP. Okay, different type of guest operating systems I'm running. Operating systems running in the virtual machine called guest operating system. Okay, so these are all my VMs, virtual machines, and in a virtual machine I'm running guest operating system. Each machine has also assigned with a certain RAM processor kind of stuff. Like this is a CPU, one CPU. RAM is like 1 GB for Linux. This is a Windows Server. I need a two CPUs to run. For example, RAM is also minimum 2 GB RAM is required. Windows 10, like I need a one CPU. RAM is 2 GB required. This is XP, like a CPU, one CPU in generally. Okay, and the RAM is 512 is enough. That is more than enough. 512 MB RAM. Okay, my processor is a i5 processor with the four CPUs are there. Four core processor it is. So four CPUs are there. Okay, and also RAM is a 12 GB RAM currently, and the disk space is total disk space is 500 plus one terabyte. So 1.5 terabyte totally, two disks are there. So this is my physical PC hardware, and my operating system is Windows 10, and I have an application. Using that application, I created these virtual machines. Okay, I created this uh, application. VMware Workstation is my application. Using that application, I created this. Okay. Okay, now so up to here, simply I'm telling about my PC. That's it. I'm not telling anything new. Just I'm telling you about my PC. From here, I will construct a story. Okay, guys. Good. I think you guys are already done in practicals like a Windows 10 and Windows Server, and Windows Server as a domain controller, and Windows 10 as a your client. And also you done a Linux practicals also, right? On a virtual machines only. So you didn't remove your operating system in a physical machine, just you are installed virtual machine only. Okay. So here it is. Virtual machine wise, I'm trying to explain this virtualization concept. Virtual machine, when you see the virtual machine, in the virtual machine, can we install operating system? Can we install an application just like you are installing in your physical machine? Okay. Yes. So we can install a Windows 10 or Linux or Windows Server. So operating system we are installing, required applications also installing. For example, I'm using DevOps. So in a DevOps machine, I have to install multiple applications here. I don't want to open because if I open this one, system will be slow again. It is so many headaches it will do it. Okay. So in this machine, I installed Java, I installed Python, I installed Git, I installed Jenkins, Docker, like that. So many applications I installed it. So we can install applications just like how you install in your physical machine. And each virtual machine also has a CPU. So it is a virtual CPUs, RAM, and storage. These things are there. This is a hardware also there. But this hardware is not physical hardware, right? It consumes our physical hardware. It take the hardware resources from our physical hardware, but this hardware is not a physical hardware. It is software defined hardware. The software will tell you, the setting file will tell you, .vmx file will tell. So this is the CPUs, number of CPUs and type of CPU, RAM, how much RAM you wanted. For example, mine is 12 GB RAM, but for my virtual machine, I'm giving 2 GB RAM, means I'm not giving complete my RAM space. It use 2 GB RAM from my physical RAM, but it is not it is not cutting any RAM from here. It occupy this space, but it is not, I'm not inserting any extra 2 GB RAM for that one. Okay, how to insert it? Like I have to directly put a RAM, take a RAM and a physical RAM and put through the screen only. Okay, so where it is taking RAM space from our physical RAM only, but it is not a separate RAM. It is a software defined hardware. This hardware machine is defined by software. Software will tell you this is your hardware. And also it will tell you how to use your physical space or physical resources. In this virtual machine, you install operating system and application just like your physical machine. There is a two definitions are coming out of this explanation. What is that explanation? It is a virtual machine is a software defined machine. Virtual machine is a software defined machine which interacts with your physical machine and uses physical resources. Okay, so very simply say a virtual machine or virtualization is a software defined type. It means if you take virtual machine example, software defined machine, and it consumes your physical resources, it interacts with your physical machine, it interacts, intact. Okay, not contact. Intact is the opposite of contact. So physical machine related things are contact with physical machine, physical hardware, physical operating system only, but it is intact. There is a barrier is there. Okay, next one is when you see at virtual machine, your operating system, you're installing applications, installing, you're running an applications, these things by functionality. One more I am telling, by functionality, by functionality, by functionality, it works as same as your actual one. Normally virtualization, people will define a virtualization like it is imaginary. It means you have to imagine it. It is not exist in physical. It is not exist in physical. If it is not existing at all or it is imaginary, how you we use a virtual machine? We are installing OS applications and we are pinging, we are making as a server, we are making as a client, we are accessing. So it means it is existed. By functionality, it works like a your physical machine only. So no difference. By functionality only. But it depends upon our physical machine resources. It interact with our physical machine also. So this is I want to tell virtualization with an example of virtual machine. Why I'm telling virtual machine is separately with the virtualization? There's a different type of virtualizations are there. So one of the example I'm taking with what we understand from it easily. I took an example from I took a case from virtual machine. That's it. Okay. This is I processor virtualization kind of stuff. So first I will read that one. IT is a technique to split the physical resources into many logical resources. Virtualization is a technology that transfer hardware resources functionality into software resources. Virtualization will bring down the capex involved on a spending expenditure on physical resources, real estate expenditure on a maintaining a physical server. So I will go to my definition. Create a software based or virtual representation of application, server, storage, and networks to reduce IT expenses while boosting efficiency and agility. Okay, so one more definition is there, so that is also I will tell. So don't worry. So these are two definitions are there. Here it is second one. Virtualization can increase IT agility, flexibility, scalability while creating significant cost saving. Generate workload mobility, increase performance and availability of resources, automated operations. There are benefits of virtualization and make simpler to manage, less cost its own and operate. So this is like a benefit of virtualization. So this defines benefit of virtualization. This is what is virtualization. So you can tell it is a software based or virtual representation of application, or virtual representation of a server, virtual representation of storage, virtual representation of network, like a virtual network, virtual application, virtual server. Server means physical server or any server or a storage. So this is the virtualization. So I use certain words there, right? So what I use the words here, intact. It is not contact with a physical machine. For example, I have a virtual machine. For example, if you want this virtual machine, you want to run in your infrastructure, this machine, I can transfer, I can export it and you can import it also. Okay, so we can export to OEF. So I can convert into OEF file and I will send it to you through Google Drive or anything. You can download it from there. Okay, so it is one depends upon it, not binding. It is not binding with the physical machine. Okay, and it is works like a actual machine. It is defined. Your hardware is hardware or a machine is defined, software defined one. You guys understand virtualization? Then I will go for a type of virtualization. Lot of pictures required here, and we go very slowly, but we don't have a time. But still, I want to go starting or ending or very slowly. Okay, because of this is a very sensitive topic. For some people, it is completely different. Not about importance or kind of stuff. It is all about we should understand first, and that most of you people are uh, not known, irrespective of what branch you are belongs to it, right? Here it is given a benefits of virtualization is also given here. So for you to read easily, I am creating in a slides manner. Okay, because it's quite easy for you to read it from slides. than a very big nodes. Networking is okay because so what is the advantage of benefits of virtualization in a line by line? Reduce capital and operating cost, minimize or eliminate downtime, increase IT productivity, increase agility and response soonest, faster provisioning of application and resources, greater business continuity and disaster recovery, simplified data management, availability of a true software defined data center. Very simple. We'll go back to our example again. Think I have a physical machine, only one physical machine. Now I got a classes. Okay, so I have to teach server. So I have to go to the market, buy a one system, install Windows Server, and again I need a Windows 10. Again I have to go to market and buy a Windows 10 for a machine for a Windows 10. And I want to show you some practicals on a 2003 or XP. Again I have to go to my buy a old type of system with a very less RAM capacity because XP won't support more than 4 GB. Okay, like that. So again Linux. Again I need a two Linux machines. Then I have to buy two machines. What happened? Mm, Think like that. Think like that, like this. Very simple. What I'm teaching. So I teach Windows 10, Windows Server, okay, Windows Server 2016 or 19, okay, Linux. So I have to take the class of Linux. So for that one machine is required, right? Or maybe how to format existing one and reinstall. Okay. Maybe I need for a machine for a DevOps one machine. Okay. What for storage, middleware, like that. So I need multiple machines for my practice purpose. Sometimes compulsory minimum two machines are required to do practical, right? So Windows Server is there, you need a Windows 10. Linux is there, it means you may require another Linux machine also. Two Linux machines required in some practicals, right? So it is very difficult to manage multiple machines, multiple connections, multiple wiring, power power connections, right? Again, I have to give the power supply to every machine. It is difficult. So then obviously cost increases. So we can reduce the down. I increase, add a 8 GB RAM extra. So 4 plus 8, my machine is become 12 GB. Now I maximum in a one class, one or two machines are required. So then I use only two machines or one machine based on my practical. Okay, one or two machines per based on my practical. So I no need to buy two physical machines, two licenses for Windows 10 and Windows Server. Okay, no need to maintain a wiring, cabling, power connections, place. Space is required. You have to keep it someplace. My room is not enough for me, for myself only. Okay, but where can I put all this kind of stuff in a room, right? So this is what is the advantage of virtualization is. In the same physical machine, I can able to create a multiple virtual machines. I no need of putting a power supply extra, um, network wiring related, or a space. So these are all save, right? So that's why it is reduce capital and operating system cost, minimized or eliminated downtime. If my physical machine running, all other machines also runs. All virtual machines will run automatically. Okay. Increase IT productivity, efficiency, agility, and responsiveness. Faster provisioning of applications and resources, greater business continuity and disaster recovery. Simplified data center, software defined data center. Like we can, what data center means, we can run multiple type of virtual machines, and one data center means multiple servers are there. In one single data center, multiple servers are there. In my PC also I have a multiple machines are running. Okay, so it is a software defined data center automatically. Yeah, you can read it this one, how virtualization works kind of stuff. Due to limitation of x86 servers, many IT organizations must deploy multiple servers, each operating system at fraction of their capacity to keep the space with the today's high storage and processing demand. The result is huge inefficiency and expensive operating cost. Enter virtualization, realize, release, relies on relies on software to simulate hardware functionality and create a virtual computer. This enable IT organization to run more than one virtual system and multiple operating systems and applications on a single server. So you need a one single server. You can run multiple virtual machines. Then inside you can install a multiple operating system and applications. The resulting benefit include economies of scale and great efficiency. This part we will come back with that one. This is a key property of virtual machines only. So provide partitioning, isolation, encapsulation, hardware dependencies. So last point only, provision or a migrate any virtual machine to any physical machine. That's I said now. I have a virtual machine. I can migrate this virtual machine from my laptop to my desktop, or my desktop to your laptop. I can migrate it. If you want an example, I will tell one, two, three examples which I done just 2 years back. So I have a student. She's also a Telugu girl from Vijayawada, I think. Mm, she need a, I think Warangal. Okay, I created a virtual machine, and that one I installed a Oracle 12c in it. Okay, so I created a virtual machine and I installed a Oracle 12c in it. And she want that one. She want environment. So instead of creating the environment in her laptop, just I copy my virtual machine to her laptop and I change little settings according to that laptop. So I given, so you can access the virtual machine now. Okay. So it is a simple solution. I don't need to recreate that environment. So it's simply I copied a virtual machine from my physical machine to her physical machine. So simple, right? So if I want to copy my physical machine to her physical machine, lot of issues are there. But I can copy a virtual machine from my physical machine to other physical machine. So that is one of the best thing about it. Guys, in these notes I given three reference things. Okay, actually this is You can download a PDF about virtualization essential related one, so which is from VMware only, so you can download a PDF from it. This is about earlier what we discussed virtualization thing, we can find there. So another link also I given, maximum efficiency with the virtualization software, how to achieve it. Okay, three links I given, please go through once that link, just open it, see it. If you understand, good, read it again. If you don't understand, it's okay, just try to check it. These are a type of virtualizations. Notes is bigger, that's for headings only I'm copying from there to here, and I'm getting sleeping also, I don't know why. Okay, so main important of virtualizations are five: server virtualization, desktop virtualization, network virtualization, application virtualization, storage virtualization. These five are very important virtualizations. And there is a combination virtualizations are there, like desktop virtualization, application virtualization, user state virtualization. These are combination. And presentation virtualization is a very old type, and now it is replaced with the application virtualization. Okay, so these are the types of virtualization: server virtualization, network virtualization, desktop virtualization, application virtualization, storage virtualization are a main five type of virtualizations. And additionally, I'm telling, so user state virtualization or UE-V also there. User state means user experience virtualization kind of stuff. Presentation virtualization is also like a up- application virtualization type only. Some V's are small, some V's are big, some V's are small letters, some are caps. Where is this notes? Guys, up to now, okay? So we'll discuss server virtualization first. One by one virtualization, I will explain. This is I don't have any kind of practical today. Tomorrow, I will show one is VMware vSphere and another one is your Hyper-V. Okay. Or end of the class, at least like after 5:30, I will show you how to install a thing, few things. Okay. Settings. System. So, what is server virtualization? Before going to that one, how many people are sleeping? So, 42 people are there. Okay, yeah, I'm resuming. Again, I'm going up. So, very simple. So, what is a virtualization? Create a software based or virtual representation of application, servers, storage, network to reduce IT expenses while boosting efficiency and agility. So this is also we can define a virtualization in a down also. Next, benefits of virtualization like a minimize or eliminate the downtime, reduce capital operating systems. We can achieve software defined data centers. Okay, we can simplify the data center management and faster provisioning of applications resources, increase IT productivity, efficiency, agility, and responsiveness. Types of virtualizations are server virtualization, desktop virtualization, network virtualization, application virtualization, storage virtualization, user state and presentation virtualization. That's it. So we'll start the next one.